Hey, how are you?
Hi,
Hi.
trying to sign in.
Uh-oh.
I don't know, it worked just fine before, but now I'm having trouble.
Okay. Are you in?
I'm still trying to sign in. I really don't know why it's suddenly became difficult. I seem to be creating an account, even though I never needed an account before. Oh, I think I got in.
Perfect. How are you doing?
Okay.
All right, great. Ready to start?
Yeah, is it just us?
It is.
Wow.
Fantastic. All right, well, you're gonna need tonight at least one blanket, 2 blocks, and a strap.
Okay.
If you'd like a bolster, if you have pillows or
I
something.
have one.
Okay.
I do have one.
All right, perfect. You can use that. We're gonna use it at the end of the practice for Shavasana.
Okay.
Okay, so let's just get into a comfortable position so you can sit or lay, whatever feels the best for you.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so just coming into whatever comfortable position you'd like. And just allow yourself to settle into whatever position you've chosen. Allow your body to relax, softening up your face, and then just bring your awareness to your breath. I have a poem that I'd like to share with you all. It is from a book called One Soul, and the author is Donna Folds. I read from her a lot. And I came across one of her poems that really resonated with me this weekend, and so I'd like to share it. The poem is called The Real Deal. There's something in me that won't give up, that struggles to stay open and not just shrug or go numb. Lord knows there are a raft of reasons to pull the covers over my head, refuse to get out of bed, worship at the shrine of cynical despair. Call it what you will, the still small voice, the light within, spirit, life force, all that is, no name, every name. The outcome is the same. There's something in me that just won't roll over and play dead, despite the tall odds stacked against it. I mean, if we were playing charades, what could I say? Sounds like pain. Sounds like first you struggle, then you die. I can't dispute the truth that life is hard and certainly not smooth. And yet, and still, and once again, I try. I reach inside and find a moment of wonder, the urge to love, the truth that we're all walking in the same direction. If I can write a poem, cook a meal, plant a few seeds, if I can leave the world a better place today for having lived, isn't that enough? Yeah, I know. I want proof too, or lacking that, at least a dramatic scene where I'm swept away by a tidal wave of bliss, never to suffer again. The real deal is the choice to stay awake in the face of what is actually happening. It's the unbearable truth that I and you and all of us are learning to be human at the same time that we're divine. Perfect imperfection, trial and error, the universe's grand experiment. each one of us is no less important to the cosmos than the Big Bang. I've got my role to play even if I can't articulate exactly what it is. All I can do is say yes to what is mine to do. Say yes and take a single step, casting my vote for life and not a living death. So tonight, and as always, we're in this together, making do with what is, and really putting our practice of yoga into practice. Okay, so again, just taking a moment in stillness and silence, in the position that we chose that is the most comfortable. Maybe just taking a moment to set an intention for your practice. Take a nice deep inhale where you are. Just have an audible exhale. One more time, deep inhale through the nose. And an audible exhale. And one more, deep inhale. And an audible exhale. Let's make our way into a seated position if you're not there already. Go ahead and take a moment, place your blocks at the front of your mat. If you'd like to sit on your blanket just to give your hips a little lift, go ahead and do that. Have your strap off to the side. We'll use that in a moment. Placing your hands to your knees, let's just begin by warming up the shoulders by drawing them up towards our ears and then rolling them back. Okay, so as you do this, drawing the shoulders up towards the ears, really draw the shoulder blades towards one another, then drop the shoulder blades down before you bring them up again. Okay, so that you're really moving through the space and really feeling any sensation here along the upper back and the shoulders. And we'll reverse. Okay, so the shoulders come up towards the ears. You'll bring the shoulders forward. Feel your shoulder blades split apart from your midline or from the spine. Drawing them down and then back up again. And then forward. Let's do one more. And let the shoulders relax. Sit up nice and tall. Lengthen your neck. We'll kind of move into a head rotation. Okay, so starting with the chin towards the right. Okay, let your chin drop down towards your collarbone. And then just begin to graze your chin along your collarbone. Coming to the center, then coming all the way to the left side. And just lifting the chin up. Keep your chin level as you bring it back to the center. Turning it towards the right and dropping the chin back down towards the collarbone. Again, making your way back over towards the left. So as you lift your chin, you're leveling out to the floor, bringing it back to the center, and then bringing it over towards the right. So we'll do that one more time. So the chin grazes across the collarbone, lifts up towards the left, coming back to the center, and then to the right. So just taking a moment just to turn your head to the right. We'll bring the left arm or the left hand behind us. Okay, so then you just feel more of a stretch here on your left side. Now keeping your chin pointing towards the right. Just gently tilt the head back as though you're trying to bring your right ear towards your shoulder blade. And then just check out your jaw. If you have any tension in your jaw, maybe move it around. And you'll feel a little bit more of this along the side of your left side of your neck. And we'll place our left hand back to our thigh. We'll tilt the head back to the center, bringing the head back to the center, chin back to the center. And then let's turn our head to the left. Okay, so starting with our head rotation, we'll drop the chin down towards the collarbone, raising the collarbone, bringing it all the way to the right, lifting the chin, keeping the chin level, bringing it to the center, and then turning the head to the left. And again, dropping the chin down, circling it around to the right, leveling out the chin, bringing it back to the center, turning it towards the left, and then dropping it down again. Okay, so we'll do this one more time. Head back to the center, chin over towards the left, dropping it down. Coming over towards the right, turning the head to the center and then to the left, and just pausing with the head to the left. We'll take the right hand, the back of that right hand, bring it to your sacrum. Let the shoulder roll back. And as you gaze over towards your left, you're just going to tilt your head back. So again, you're tilting your head back as though you're trying to draw your left ear towards your collar, towards your shoulder blade. And then just noticing here if you have any tension in the jaw, maybe move the jaw around. And then lifting the head, releasing that right hand, coming back to the center. We'll extend our legs and then recross. Okay, so coming into Dhammakasana arms, you just stretch out the shoulders. You're going to use your strap for this. Okay. So you're going to take your strap into your right hand and then bend your elbow. Turn around so you can see what this will look like. Okay, so I have my strap in my right hand, I'm bending my elbow, pointing my knuckle or my hands towards my right shoulder blade. Take your left hand, you're going to bend the elbow, you're going to grab a hold of the strap and just hug that elbow as close to your side as you can. So that left elbow comes in as close as you can, that right elbow comes towards your head as close as you can. And then I'm just going to maneuver my fingertips towards one another, okay? Until I feel a nice little stretch here. And then just rolling that left shoulder back, you might feel a stretch in your triceps, so that's the back of your right arm. You'll feel a stretch in the front of that left shoulder. You might feel a stretch in other places too, depending on how tight your upper body is, the shoulders and the arms. And again, you're just allowing your body to be in this position. Okay, so you're not forcing anything, you're just in a state of allowance. Okay, so wherever you are in your practice, you're breathing into your body. Take a nice deep inhale. And on your exhale, slowly release. Just set your strap down. You'll bring your arms out to the side, relaxing the shoulders. You're going to give yourself a hug. Okay, so your right arm is going to come right underneath your left, lifting the elbows, feeling your shoulder blades split apart from the midline of your body, so from the spine. Okay, so coming into Garudasana arms. Okay, so this is our eagle arms. We're going to bring our forearms together, back of the hands together. If you want to go a little further, you can take your right hand, bring it towards your face, maybe you wrap it around and you'll rest your right fingertips into your left palm. Now keep lifting your elbows and then draw your forearms, your hands away from your face. You feel a little bit more of a stretch here. Again, try to elongate the sides of your waist evenly. So just notice if you lean more to one side. Just breathe nice and deep here. Okay, take one more full breath. And then exhale to release, shake it out. Okay, let's take that right hand, bring it to your left knee, and then just bring your left fingertips behind you. We'll come into a twist. Let your shoulders roll back. Take a nice deep inhale. And then a slow exhale. Good. One more deep inhale. And a slow exhale. Good. Come right back to the center. We're going to make our way into the other side. So you're going to take your strap, place it this time in your left hand, extending the arm up overhead. You're going to bend the elbows, so try to keep that left elbow as close to your head as you can. Take your right hand, you're going to bring it right back behind you. You're going to grab a hold of that strap. And then you're just going to hug your right elbow a little closer in towards your side, that left elbow a little closer towards the head, and you're going to maneuver your fingertips towards one another on your strap. And when you begin to feel a sensation anywhere in your arm, so in that right shoulder or in the back of your left arm, just stop and breathe nice and deep into what you feel. Take one more full breath. And then slowly release the arms. And you're just going to place your strap off to the side. Extend the arms out to the side. You're going to take a nice deep inhale as you exhale. You're going to give yourself a hug. So that left arm is going to come right underneath the right. Wrapping the hands around the upper back. Splitting your shoulder blades away from the midline, your spine. And then coming into our eagle arms, Garudasana, you're going to bring the forearms towards one another. Maybe you'll go a little further and take that left hand, bring it towards your face. Wrap it around and bring the fingertips of that left hand to the palm of your right hand. Lift your elbows up a little higher. Move your forearms, your hands a little further from your face. Feel your stretch here. Try to elongate the sides of your waist evenly. And again, just breathe here into what you feel. Take one more full breath. Unravel your arms, bring them out to the side. We'll make our way into a twist. So you'll bring your left hand to your right knee. Let's bring your right fingertips behind you. Lift your chest, elongate your spine. Take one more full breath. And then as you exhale, slowly come out of your twist. Now let's make our way to our hands and knees. So just setting your props off to the side. So just continuing on with our upper body and our shoulder stretch. Press firmly down into your left hand, pull your belly in, and take an inhale to reach your right arm up. Now your exhale, slide it through your left arm. Come all the way down and release your shoulder and your head to the mat. And then just notice if the back of your right hand is up. So if your hand is up, try to release the back of your hand to the floor. And then just focus all your breath into your upper back and into your shoulder. Okay, take one more full breath. Okay,
You're going to press down into the left hand, pull your belly in. The right arm is going to sweep up, inhale. And then exhale to release the hands to the mat. We'll go right into the left side. So inhale, reach your left arm up. Exhale, slide it through all the way down. Release your shoulder and your head. Direct all that breath to your upper back and to your shoulder. Take one more full breath. Now pressing into your right hand, pull your belly in, take an inhale to reach your left arm up. And then exhale to release your hand to the mat. Let's do a few cat-cows. So just to begin, take an inhale to elongate your spine. And then exhale to round into your back, chin to chest. Inhale into cow. And exhale into cat. Inhale to lift. And exhale to round. And once more, inhale. And exhale. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, roll through the lift. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, last one, inhale. And exhale. Take an inhale into a neutral spine, and on your exhale, come to child's pose. As you come into child's pose, really reach the arms forward, send your sit bones back towards your heel. Keep your arms activated, so you're still lifting your elbows, feeling the palms of your hands against the mat and your fingertips, lifting the armpits, lifting the elbows, stretching to the sides of your waist, letting the head go. Okay, take one more full breath here as you stretch through your child's pose. And then inhale back into your tabletop. Step your right leg back. Come to the ball of your foot and pull the belly in. Take an inhale, lift that leg up. Exhale, draw the knee in and round. Inhale to extend. And exhale. Good, one more. Inhale to extend. And as you exhale, really round, pull that belly in, chin to chest. Hold it here. Keep drawing your knee in as you round. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, just release the knee back to the mat. Come back into your tabletop, neutral spine. And we'll go right into the left side. So the left leg, you'll step it back. And then take an inhale to sweep it up. Exhale, knee to chest or nose as you round. Inhale to extend. Exhale to move. Good, inhale to extend. And exhale to round. Now hold it here, pull your knee in a little closer, round a little bit more. Take a nice deep inhale. And then exhale, let your knee come back to the mat, come back into your tabletop, elongate your spine, back into a neutral spine. Now this time we'll grab our blocks. Just place your blocks at any level, either 1, 2, or 3. We're going to step our right foot forward. Okay, so just coming right back into that position. We're going to sweep that right leg up, take an inhale. As you exhale, really round into your back as you draw your knee in. You're going to gaze between your blocks. Step your foot forward. Let your arms sweep up. Come into Anjaneyasana. Now we're going to float in and out of Anjaneyasana into Ardha Hanumasana, half split. So take an inhale as you reach through. And then exhale, hands to your blocks, straighten your front leg, flex the foot, send your hips back. And then inhale, float the arms up. Exhale to float back, straighten that leg. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, float back. The last one, inhale, float up. And then exhale, float back. Just take a moment here, stretch into your hamstring. Spread the toes, relax your shoulders. Really pull your belly in, and as you elongate your torso over that right leg. Take another deep inhale. And exhale, let it out. Bend into your knee, and then just step that leg back. We'll go right into the left side. So the left leg floats up, take an inhale. As you exhale, bend the knee, draw it in round. Gaze between your blocks, then step that foot forward. Float your arms up and down, Uttanasana. Take an inhale. Exhale, release your hands to your blocks or your mat, and straighten your leg, flex your leg. Inhale, float your arms up. And exhale. Good, one more time. Inhale. And exhale. And just pause here. Stretch through that left leg. Flex your foot, elongate your torso. Take one more full breath. And then bend into your knee. Step that leg back. Place your blocks off to the side. We'll plant our hands back to our mat. Then come into downward facing dog. So tuck your toes. Inhale and then exhale. Straighten your knees, lift your hips. Gaze back at your legs, let your head. Spread your fingers. Take a couple of breaths here. And then we'll just slowly walk our feet to meet our hands in the front of our mat. And just allow your feet to be hip width apart and place our hands to our shins. And take an inhale to come up halfway, elongate your spine. And then exhale to fold forward. Let yourself rise up. Inhale, float the arms up. And then exhale, palms to prayer. Once again, inhale, sweep the arms up. And then exhale to dive forward. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale to fold. Rise up, inhale. And exhale, palms to prayer. Once more, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale to fold forward. Hands to your shins or your blocks. You'll take an inhale halfway up. And exhale to fold. Rise up, inhale. And exhale, palms to prayer. Take a moment. Relax your shoulders and your face. Feel connected and grounded through your feet. Maybe take a moment to come back to the intention you set for yourself at the beginning of your practice. Now coming into Uttanasana chair pose. And what we'll have you do is go ahead and just sit back. Push your hands to your knees. Really bend the knees, sit back, sit back, sit back. Just gaze down at your toes. Just really sink back, drawing your belly towards your thighs. And then let your arms reach up. So again, you're sitting back, feeling the weight of your heels against your weight against your heels. Take a nice deep inhale. Then exhale, press yourself back to standing. Palms to prayer. We'll do that a few times, in and out. Release your arms alongside you. You'll sit back to the inhale. You'll sit your tailbone back, bend your knees, gaze down at your toes so you can see them. Let your arms sweep up. Pull your belly in, take a nice deep inhale. And then exhale to press your self back to a standing position, palms to prayer. Good, one more time, release the arms, Uttanasana. Sit back, that tailbone, those sit bones reach back, your knees bend, your arms float up. Take a nice deep inhale. And then exhale to press yourself back to a standing position, palms to prayer, take a moment. Okay, let's take this a little further. Okay, so coming into Uttanasana and stepping back into Warrior One. Releasing your arms. Take an inhale, bend your knees. Again, you're sitting back as far as you can. Reach your arms up. Take your exhale here, release them. Now your left leg is going to be the leg that steps back. So you can inhale. On your exhale, step that leg back. Try to release the heel. And then let your torso float up. Okay, so your fingertips reach up towards the ceiling. You're still bending into your right knee. Stretching through, lengthening your tailbone. Good. Take a nice deep inhale. And then a slow exhale. Good. Release your fingertips now either to your mat or your blocks. Take an inhale and then just exhale to step forward into a forward fold. Hands to your shins. Take an inhale to come up halfway. Elongate your spine. And then exhale to fold forward. Let's rise up. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, palms to prayer. Going right into the other side, we'll release our arms. Utkatasana, inhale, bend your knees, sit back. Let the arms reach up and pull your belly in. Take another inhale as you exhale to your right leg. Now that steps back, you're releasing your heel. Coming into warrior one, you'll let your torso, the chest float up so the fingertips point up towards the ceiling. You still are bending into that left knee, straightening your right leg, lengthening the sides of your waist. Good. Take one more nice deep inhale. And a slow exhale. Good. Bring your fingertips back to your mat or your blocks. Take an inhale as you exhale, just step your way forward. Hands to your shins. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold. Rise up, inhale. And exhale, palms to prayer. Okay, let's add on to this. So moving through the positions, the sequence one more time, we'll bring our arms alongside us. Utkatasana, inhale, bend your knees, really sit back. Reaching your arms up. Take an inhale as you exhale, your left leg steps back. Releasing the heel, warrior one. Take an inhale as you exhale, let your fingertips come back to the mat. Inhale, exhale, step your way forward into a forward fold. Okay, now from here, you're going to go right into Utkatasana chair pose. So begin to bend your knees, sit back, lift your chest, reach your arms up. Take an inhale as you exhale, press yourself to stand, and then bring your palms to prayer. Take a moment. Utkatasana chair pose. Release your arms. Inhale, bend your knees. Reach the arms up. Take your exhale here. Really pull the belly in. The right leg steps back this time. Take an inhale. Exhale, step the right leg back into warrior one. Release your heel. Lift your chest. Lengthen through. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands come back to the mat. Inhale, exhale, step your way forward. Get into your forward fold. Utkatasana chair pose, bend your knees, really sit back as though you're trying to sit into a chair. Let your arms sweep up. Take an inhale, exhale, press yourself to stand, and bring your palms to prayer. Take a moment and relax. Take one more full breath here. Good. Release the arms. Take an inhale, let the arms sweep up. And on your exhale, grab a hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Just hinge over towards your right. And just press firmly down into your feet. Lengthen your neck, lengthen the spine up and over. And try to keep your hips pointing forward. So if you feel like your left hip is drawing back, try to bring it forward. So both your frontal hip bones point towards the front of your mat. Take an inhale, float your back. And exhale, just release the arms. Soften up. Inhale, sweep the arms up one more time. As you exhale, grab a hold of your right wrist with your left hand. Take an inhale, just to elongate the sides of your knees a little bit more. And then exhale over towards your left. And then just notice your right hip. Is it swinging back a little too far or too forward? Right, try to get your hips to point forward so the hip bones point towards the front of your mat. And then inhale, float your way up. And exhale to release the arms. Let's bring our palms to prayer. Take an inhale. Exhale, let out. Float the arms up, inhale. And exhale, fold forward. Hands to your mat or your shins. You'll take an inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold. Rise up, inhale. Exhale, palms to prayer. One more time, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale to fold. Rise up, inhale. And exhale, palms to prayer. Again, just take a moment and pause. Let's grab our blocks. We'll come to the center of our mat. And we'll step our legs wide. Okay, so just place your blocks right in front of you. Step the feet wide. We'll turn our right foot out. Line the heel up with your left arch. Let's bring the arms out to the side. Okay, so we're going to float in and out of Trikonasana. So take an inhale to reach over. As you exhale, hand to your shin. The left arm reaches up. Take an inhale as you exhale, warrior two. Inhale, exhale, straighten your front leg. Inhale, exhale, Trikonasana. Inhale, exhale, warrior two. Inhale, exhale, Trikonasana. Good, one more time. Inhale, exhale, warrior two. Inhale, exhale, Trikonasana. This is where we will stay. So the hand comes to your shin. That right hand comes to your shin. We're reaching up with the left arm. Just lengthen through the sides of your waist and lengthen through your inner thighs. Lengthen through that right inner thigh. And then just check out your head and maybe gaze up at your left thumb, or gaze forward or down at your right toe. And one more breath. Inhale, exhale, warrior two. Inhale, exhale, straighten your front leg. Let's turn the right toes in. We'll turn the left foot out. Okay, so floating in and out of our Trikonasana. Take an inhale, exhale, left hand to your shin, right arm reaches up. Inhale, exhale, warrior two. Inhale, exhale, Trikonasana. Inhale, exhale, warrior two. Inhale, exhale, Trikonasana. And this is where we'll stay, lengthening through the legs, lengthening the sides of our waist. That left hand rests on the shin. Right arm reaches up. Maybe we're gazing at our right thumb, gazing forward or gazing down. Okay, take one more full breath. Inhale, exhale, warrior two. Inhale, exhale, straighten that leg. Okay, so coming right back into warrior two on our right side. Okay, so we're going to float in and out of Utthita Parasvatanasana. Okay, so floating into our unextended side angle and floating into a reverse warrior pose. So inhale, exhale, right forearm comes to your thigh, left arm sweeps out. Inhale, exhale, sweep yourself back. Left hand comes to your thigh, the right arm reaches up and back. Inhale, exhale, forearm to the thigh, left arm reaches up. Inhale, exhale, come to your reverse. Inhale, exhale, Utthita Parasvatanasana. And then inhale, exhale, come to reverse. Good, inhale, exhale, Utthita Parasvatanasana. This is where we'll stay. So you're resting your forearm to your thigh. Your left arm is reaching up and over. You're stretching through that left leg, bending into your right knee. And just take a nice deep inhale here. And a nice soft exhale. So just settling into your pose. Breathing nice and deep. Take a nice deep inhale. Slow exhale. Warrior two, inhale. Exhale, straighten that front leg, turn your right toes in, we'll turn the left foot out. Okay, so going right into our sequence here, we'll bend to that left knee. Take an inhale, exhale, Utthita Parshvanasana. Inhale, exhale, come into reverse. Inhale, exhale, Utthita Parshvanasana, our extended side angle. Inhale, exhale, into reverse. Inhale, exhale, Utthita Parshvanasana. And an inhale, exhale, reverse. Take an inhale, exhale, Utthita Parshvanasana. This is where we'll stay and pause and breathe. Okay, so you're resting that left forearm to the thigh, you're stretching through your right leg, stretching through that right arm. Take a nice deep inhale. Slow exhale. Warrior two, inhale. Exhale, straighten that leg, turn your toes in. Good, now let's bring our hands behind us, your toes are turning. You're sealing the outside edge of your feet to the mat. Take an inhale, let the shoulders roll back, lift your chest. And exhale, fold forward. Keep your fingers interlaced for a moment. Let your head point down either to your mat or your blocks. Again, notice your knees, that you're not buckling your knees, but you're keeping them nice and lengthened, so you're lifting those kneecaps. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, you can release your hands now. Place your hands to your blocks. Continue to drop your head. And just pause here. Okay, take a few more breaths. Just coming into a flat back, hands to your blocks. You're really elongating the spine. Let's keep our left hand to our block, moving our right hand to our sacrum. You just make your way into a nice little twist. Take an inhale as you exhale, open the chest towards the right, let your right shoulder roll back. And maybe keep that hand where it is, or you'll reach your right arm up. And then just lengthen here. Okay, nice deep breath, open up. Take one more full breath. And then exhale, release your right hand. Keep your back nice and flat or neutral. Okay, so you still have your chest lifted. You're lengthening your tailbone. Again, you're lifting your kneecaps so you're not buckling the knees. Keep your right hand where it is. You'll bring your left hand to your sacrum. Take an inhale as you exhale, open the chest towards the left. Let your shoulder roll back, that left shoulder. Keep your left hand where it is, or reach that left arm up. Keep opening up the chest. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, release. Fold forward. Okay, so if you need to heel toe your feet in a bit so you can just shorten your stance, go ahead and do that. And then just drop your head. Okay, maybe placing your hands to the mat or keeping them on your blocks. And maybe directing the crown of your head towards your blocks. Okay, so whatever feels the best. If you'd like, if you want to rest your head on your blocks, if you need a little bit more height, just stack your blocks. And just really let go of your head. Hang out here for a bit. Couple more breaths here. Release your fingertips either to your mat or your blocks. And you're coming back into your flat back. Begin to heel toe your feet until the earth hip width apart. Bend into your knees. Place your hands to your hips. Float your way up.
And release the arms. You can just take a moment to pause with your palms forward. Take a moment just to feel any sensations that are running through your body. Let's come right back to the front of our mat.
Let's place our blocks back at the front of our mat.
So just coming back into our chair pose, warrior one sequence. Take an inhale, sit back, bend your knees so your sit bones are going back. You can see your toes, your belly is coming towards your thighs. You'll reach your arms up, lifting your chest. Pull the belly in, take another inhale. And as you exhale, let your left leg step back and float your torso up so the chest lifts, your fingertips reach up towards the ceiling. Stretch through your left leg, bend to your right knee. Lengthen your tailbone, so try to feel your pelvis tilt back. Okay, so you feel like this nice deep stretch into your left hip flexor, tailbone moving down towards the mat. Take a deep inhale. And on your exhale, bring your fingertips back to the mat. Inhale, exhale, step your way forward. Fold forward, drop your head. Take an inhale, come into Ardha Uttanasana as you place your hands to your shins, lift your chest. And then exhale, fold forward. Now coming back into Utkatasana, you'll bend your knees, really sit back. Okay? You feel that belly against your thighs, reach your arms up, lift your chest. Take an inhale as you exhale, press yourself to stand, and bring your palms to prayer. So one. One more time, Utkatasana, release the arms. Inhale, bend your knees, sit back, pull that belly in, let your arms sweep up. Take an inhale as you exhale, your right leg, you'll step it back, release the heel. Let your fingertips point up towards the ceiling as you lift your chest. Come into your warrior one. Tilt the pelvis back, lengthen your tailbone. Okay, see if you can feel more of a stretch here in that right hip flexor as you tilt the pelvis back. Lift your chin. Okay, take one more full breath. Inhale, exhale, release your fingertips to the mat. Now from here, you're going to plant your hands and then just step back into downward dog. Okay, take a nice deep inhale. On your exhale, let your knees come to the mat and then come to child's pose. Give yourself a break. Release the arms. Release your head. Breathe nice and deep. Okay, take one more full breath here in your child's pose. Let's come right back to our tabletop. Just get your shoulders right over your wrists.
Okay, spreading your fingers wide. Let's just circle around our wrists. You're circling your shoulders around the wrist. We're just going to warm the wrists up for a moment. So we're going to try plank pose. We'll try a modified version of plank pose and then a full version of plank pose. And so just giving our wrists a little love before we go into that. And then reverse your circles. We'll do that a couple of times. And reverse. Let's try a modified version of our plank. So you're gonna keep your shoulders over your wrist. You're gonna pull your belly in. Okay? So you're almost rounding into your back a bit. You're gonna step your knees back, okay, so that your hips dip forward. Okay? Not so much forward that they're releasing towards the mat. You don't want it to have a curve in your lower back or a bend in your lower back. You want to really pull the belly in. So your hips are coming forward just a bit. You're still activating your core. Okay? Tuck your toes. Again, round into your back a little bit. Really pull the belly in, pull your rib cage in, and lengthen your tailbone. Now this is yogi's choice. You can just keep your knees to the mat or you'll lift your shins, lift your toes up. So again, just careful that you're not dipping into your lower back, letting your hips dip towards the floor. You're still lifting the hips as you draw them forward. You're really activating your core. So again, shoulders are right over your wrists. If you feel that your shoulders are a little further back, try to bring them forward. That'll have your hips come forward as well. Take one more nice deep inhale. Exhale, release your toes back to the floor if you have them curled up. And we're just going to sit back on our heels. Okay, so just walk yourself back. You can tuck your toes if you'd like, or you can untuck them. You can sit on your block. Let's make a fist with our thumbs out, and then just circle your wrists just to relieve them. And reverse. Good. Take your index and your thumb of the right hand, and then just circle it around your left wrist. Okay, so that we can just relieve the joint here. Okay, so you're just going to rotate your left hand, okay, just to free up the wrist. And then reverse. Do the same with your right hand. You're going to take your thumb and index finger of your left hand, wrap it around your right wrist, making a little circle around that. You're going to gently just pull down and then circle around. Okay? So you're just trying to unstuck or unstick your right wrist. Just creating some space here. And reverse. Let's come right back to our hands and knees. We're going to try our full plank pose. So you're pressing down into your hands, your shoulders are right over your wrists. Okay, really round the upper back a bit. So it's almost as though you're trying to pull your rib cage in towards your back. Okay, so you're really feeling your navel and your core being drawn in towards your spine. Now let's walk the knees back, okay, just like we did for our modified version of this pose. Okay, so the hips are coming forward just a bit, not dipping so far forward that you're creating this banana shape in your lower back. Okay, you're really drawing the belly in. Shoulders still over your wrists. Toes are tucked. Now this is yogi's choice. Keep your knees against the mat. You're still lifting your pelvis just a bit and your core, or you're going to lift your knees. So again, you're rounding into your back a bit, so you can really pull the front of your body towards the back of your body, drawing the core in, hugging your arms towards one another. Now you can lower one knee to the mat and keep one knee or one leg extended, and then just switch. Okay, we're just going to hold this for a couple more breaths. So really looking past the front of your mat, really pull the belly in, take a nice deep inhale, and then exhale, lower your knees if you haven't already. Sit back on your heels. Okay, take the index and the thumb of your right hand, wrap it around your left wrist, and circle that left hand. Okay, so as you do that, you're just gently pulling down with the right hand. And just creating that space in the wrist, relieving it. But do the same with the right. So you're taking the left index and thumb,
wrapping around the right wrist, gently pulling down, and then just circling that right hand. And reverse. Let's come on to our forearms. Okay, so again, just keeping the shoulders right over our elbows, forearms parallel to one another. Now we're going to try a forearm plank. Again, we're going to try the modified version of this. So with your toes tucked, forearms stay down. You're going to lift your hips and then just walk your knees in. Okay. So you're going to walk them in enough to where your shoulders and your hips line up with one another. Now, how would you know that? If you bring your knees in too far, your butt is up. Okay, so just bring it in just a bit. Okay, so almost if I were to leave my pelvis to the mat, it wouldn't have far to go. Okay, so I'm just lifting my hips up. I'm really feeling my core activated here. I'm pressing into my forearms. My shoulders are right over my elbows. I'm spreading my fingers and really drawing my belly in. Now from here, we're just going to go right into the full forearm plank. And that's if it's something that you'd like to do. Now you can keep your knees to the mat, or you can just lift your right knee, plug it into the socket. So draw that right leg into the hip. And then lift your left knee, draw that into the hip. Keep pulling your belly in, take a nice inhale. And then a slow exhale. Good, lower the knees if you have them lifted, and then lower your pelvis. And we'll come into Sphinx pose. Okay, so just untucking your toes, lengthening your tailbone, lifting your chest, and just resting here. Okay, take one more full breath. Now we're going to roll over onto our right side. Okay, so you're going to take your right forearm. You're going to draw it in so that the forearm is parallel to the front of your mat. So your right fingertips point towards the left edge of your mat. Roll over onto your right hip. See if you can stack your legs. We're going to stretch the front of our left thigh. Okay, so you're just going to bend that knee. Take your left hand and reach back for either the foot or the ankle, or you can take your strap and loop your foot. Try to keep your inner thighs towards one another, and then just draw the heel towards your sit bone. And just notice that you're sinking into your right side. Okay? You can use your forearm to just lift you up, so you're lifting up through the rib cage, through the armpit, as you draw your heel towards your sit bone. Now, if you're feeling a little bit of this in your left knee, then just ease off drawing the heel toward your sit bone and then just let your hips come forward. Take one more full breath here. And then release the leg nice and slow. Roll back into Sphinx pose so your fingertips point towards the front of your mat. Take a deep inhale. And then a slow exhale. You'll pivot onto your left side, so the left forearm parallels with the front of your mat, and the left fingertips point towards the right edge of your mat. You'll roll over onto your left side, stacking the legs, lifting up through that left side, through the armpit. Bend your right knee, maybe grab a hold of the ankle or the foot, or you can take your strap to grab a hold of that right ankle or foot. And then just begin to draw the heel towards your sit bone. Okay, so again, you're just feeling a stretch here in the front of your right thigh. Take one more full breath. And then slowly release that right leg. Pivot your way back onto your arms. Now let's just lower our chest to the mat. We'll bring our arms back behind us and interlace your fingers. So coming into Salanbhasana. Okay, so again, your fingers are interlaced, legs are close together. They don't necessarily have to touch, just draw them close together.
You're gonna press down the tops of your feet, lift the kneecaps, you're firming up your thighs. Forehead and chest are down towards the mat. Let your shoulders roll back, so you're drawing your shoulder blades towards one another, and then just feel your shoulder blades move down your back towards your tailbone. So you're creating all the space in your upper back and in your neck. Lift the arms just slightly away from the body, and then just take an inhale to lift your chest. And then as you exhale, so you can send the chest forward, reaching the knuckles and your legs back towards the back of your mat. Take one more full breath. And exhale to release. Let's stack our hands and rest our forehead to it. Come right back to our Sphinx pose. Okay, propping ourselves up onto our forearms, shoulders right over the elbows, fingertips pointing towards the front of our mat. We're going to come into a modified version of Dhanurasana, bow pose. Okay, so I'm just going to bend my right knee, keep my right forearm or my left forearm to the mat. Again, the inner thighs are drawn towards one another. I'm just going to shift my weight over to that left forearm. Take my right arm, my right hand, reach back for my ankle. I can also use my strap for this. I can grab a hold of that ankle with my strap. I'm going to drop my chest and my head down towards the mat for a moment. Roll the shoulders back. I'm going to press firmly down into my left forearm. And I'm going to press my foot, my left foot, my right foot into my right hand. I'm taking an inhale to lift my chest. So lifting my chest and pressing into my forearm, and then pressing my right foot into my right hand, lengthening my tailbone. Just taking a couple more breaths here. Okay, take a nice deep inhale. And exhale to release slowly, slowly, bringing your right forearm back to the mat, bringing your right leg back to the mat, lifting the chest. Shifting my weight into my right forearm, I'm going to bend my left knee. Take my left arm, reach back for my left ankle or foot. Inner thighs are drawn towards one another. I'm going to sink my chest to my forehead for a moment. Let the shoulders roll back. I'm lengthening my tailbone. I'm pressing firmly into my right forearm. I'm pressing my left foot into my left hand. I'm taking an inhale to lift my chest. So my chest lifts by my left foot being pressed into my hand, and then counterbalancing with my right forearm. Keep rolling the shoulders back. Breathe nice and deep. Keep lengthening your tailbone. Take one more full breath. And then exhale to slowly release back into your Sphinx pose. And so just to release the spine just a bit, bring some fluidity to the spine. You're going to take an inhale to lift the chest. And as you exhale, try to round into your back, press into your forearms so you lift your hips. Pull your belly in, and then inhale to uncurl, lift your chest. So have like a Sphinx cat-cow. And exhale, round. Okay, so the hips come off of the mat. And then inhale, bring hips back to the mat as you lift your chest. And exhale, round. Good, one more, in. And exhale. Bring your chest to the mat, bring your hands to the mat, so that your hands are alongside your rib cage. You're going to press down into your hands, come to your tabletop. Shoulders right over your wrists, hips over your knees. Continue with your cat-cow. Inhale, lift your chest into cow. Exhale, round. Inhale, roll through the spine and lift. And exhale, round. Then one more. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round. Take an inhale into a neutral spine. And on your exhale, we're just going to sit towards our right, swing our legs around, and can lay on our back. Have your strap ready off to the side. Laying on your back, you're going to draw your knees in towards your chest, hug them in. Bring your arms off to the side like a T, palms up. Pull your belly in and just let your legs float from side to side. And so don't worry about your legs coming all the way to the floor, to the right or the left. You're just rocking along your lower back. Keep your shoulders and your arms connected to the mat as much as you can. And really firm up your core, so keep your core nice and active. Now the next time your legs rock over towards the right, this time we will come into our twist. So you'll let your legs float to your right. Release them to the floor, soften here. Take a deep inhale. Slow exhale. Let's bring our feet to the floor, to our mat, as we lift our knees back. So you're just walking your feet back to the center, knees back to the center. Draw the knees in. You'll grab a hold of your knees with your hands just to reset. Bring your arms back out to the side, palms up. And again, begin to just allow the legs to rock from side to side. So you're just rocking along your lower back. Keep your core engaged. And then the next time your legs rock over towards the left, you'll float them to the floor and come back into your twist. Take one more full breath. Okay, so we're just going to bring the feet to the floor as we lift our knees, bring them back to the center. This time we're just going to draw our right knee in towards our chest and hugging it. And just begin to elongate your spine against the mat, lengthening your neck. Let's grab our strap and strap the ball of your right foot. And you'll place your straps into your right hand. Flex your foot. Try to point the heel of your right foot towards the ceiling and the toes towards your face. Again, your straps are in your right hand. And if it feels good and you want to extend your left leg to the mat, go ahead and do that. We'll take our left hand, just rest it on top of our left thigh just to hold it down. Or just to remind that left thigh to be held down, to stay down. Softening up your shoulders and noticing your right elbow that is not protruding out to the side, but it's softened inward. Shoulders relaxed. We're breathing into the hamstring. And taking one more full breath here, just breathing as deep as we can into that hamstring. Now again, we have that left hand on our thigh, just reminding the thigh to keep itself held down. We're going to slowly open that right leg out to the side.
Okay, so drawing the right leg out to the side until you begin to feel a nice stretch in your inner thigh, and maybe continuing to feel the stretch in your hamstring. The left side of your pelvis still remains on the mat. Your left thigh remains close to the mat. You're stretching through both legs. And that's if you have your left leg extended onto the mat. You're still flexing the foot on that right side, maybe flexing the foot on the left side. Lengthening the spine. Okay, take an inhale to bring that leg back to the center. And we're going to place the straps into our left hand. You'll take your right thumb and place it right into your right hip crease. And you're going to gently draw that right hip towards the front of your mat. Okay, so right from here, you're going to feel, you'll possibly feel a stretch right on the outside of that right thumb. Now holding that right hip down towards the mat, lengthening that right hip towards the front of your mat. You're going to slowly draw your right leg across the body to the left. So again, the right side of your pelvis does not come off the mat. And you're taking that left thumb, you have it in that right hip crease, and you're drawing that right hip towards the front of your mat. And really lengthening, creating space in that lower back on that right side. Stretching, feeling the stretch here on the outside of that right hip, that right outer thigh. Just a few more breaths here. Okay. Inhale, bring that leg back to the center. As you exhale, just release your strap, bend your knee, hug the knee in. If you have your left leg extended onto the mat, then bend your knee, you'll place that foot to the mat, and then just release your right foot to the mat. Let your knees float from side to side for a moment just to loosen up here. We'll bring the knees back to the center. You'll draw your left leg in, hug it in for a moment. Take your strap the ball of your left foot. You'll extend your left leg. You'll place the straps into your left hand. You'll flex that left foot. And maybe you'll extend your right leg to the mat. Take your right hand, place it on top of your right thigh, so you're holding that right thigh down, or just reminding that thigh to stay down. Flex again that left foot, point your toes up, point your toes towards your face and the heel towards the ceiling. Try to relax your shoulders. Notice your elbow, that left elbow. Is it splaying out to the side? Let it soften inward. And just breathe nice and deep into your hamstring. Take a nice deep inhale. On your exhale, you're going to open that leg out to the left. So that right hand is holding that right side down. As your left leg maneuvers out to the side, feeling the stretch here in the inner thigh, maybe still feeling that stretch in the hamstring. Lengthening through, flexing the feet. Take a deep inhale. And a slow exhale. Bring your leg back to the center. Place your straps into your right hand. Take the left thumb, place it into your hip crease. Draw that hip down towards the front of your mat. And then draw that leg across your body to the right. Keep holding that hip down. Maneuvering the hip towards the front of your mat, feeling the stretch here in the outside of your thigh.
Take one more full breath here. And slowly draw that leg back to the center. Release your strap, place it off to the side. Hug your left knee in. Bend your right knee, place your foot to the mat. Place your left foot to the mat. Arms away from the body, and just let your knees sway from side to side. Let's rock over towards our right and press our way up. Then we'll clear our props off to the side. Let's make our way into our final resting pose. So if you have your blanket, let's fold it in half into a folded rectangle. And then just lay your rectangle, that blanket, long ways on your mat. You're just going to come into an elevated Shavasana. If you have your bolsters and you'd like to use a bolster instead or place it underneath your knees, go ahead and do that. So I'm going to sit in front of my blanket, the short end of my blanket, with a little bit of space between me and my blanket. And I'll just slowly lay back. I'll extend my legs. Okay, so I just want a little bit of space in my lower back. Okay, so it's not jammed or pressing into either my blanket or my bolster. I'm going to release my legs. I can flop off to the side so they're as wide as my mat. Arms alongside my body, just a little further away from my body, with the palms up. Take a few breaths here just to really release. Closing my eyes, softening up. And then just releasing into our final resting pose, Shavasana. Just letting everything go. Allowing your practice to take effect. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Reach your arms back behind you. Give yourself a full body stretch. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale, let it go. Drop it back to your mat. Allow yourself to feel heavy again. Bend your knees. Push your feet to your mat. And gently roll to your right. Coming off of your blanket or your bolster. And then just lay in fetal position for a couple of breaths. Slowly press yourself to a comfortable seated position, either on your blanket or your bolster or your mat. Bringing your palms together at the center of your heart, bowing your head, and just taking a moment into gratitude. Let's end our practice with an Om. Take a deep inhale. Shanti, shanti. Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste.
I thank you, yogis, for practicing with me this evening. Please continue to stay safe and healthy, and I will see you again.
You too, Kelly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.